Assassin's Creed Origins. I just beat this game, and let me tell you, it's been a while since I played an Assassin's Creed game. And Origins came out in 2017, I believe, and it was kind of the soft reboot of the franchise that Ubisoft was hoping for. Now, in essence, Assassin's Creed games are pretty much, they take place in an altered history, kind of like a fictionalized history, where you go around as a certain assassin and you pretty much kill people that existed, like historical figures, and it's kind of cool. Now, in Assassin's Creed Origins, you're going around ancient Egypt, which is probably given based on the pyramid that's on the cover. You play as a guy named Bayek, who is looking to avenge the death of his son and all those who caused it. And at the same time, you go around, you meet historical figures such as Caesar, Cleopatra, and just other people that I wasn't really familiar with, so I'm not sure if they actually exist, but they do in the game. Now, Origins kind of strays away from the traditional Assassin's Creed action-adventure game. This game is very similar, but it adds its own touch. It's a great refresh to the series, especially because over the last couple years, the games that were coming out were kind of more of the same of what made Assassin's Creed 2 great, but at the same time, they tried things that also made it stale. There really wasn't anything new. Now, a big up to this game because one thing it does is it brings back the modern day story. Now, in Assassin's Creed 1 through Assassin's Creed 3, you had a modern day story of an assassin or a guy trying to become an assassin named Desmond. He was kind of killed off after Assassin's Creed 3, spoiler alert, but if you haven't played Assassin's Creed 3 by now, the game is about 6 years old, so sorry. Now, you have a girl, I believe her name is Lila. She is an anti-Abstergo person. Let me go into what Abstergo is. Abstergo, so pretty much the way Assassin's Creed works is you play as a modern day person who goes into this thing called the Animus to relive memories of their ancestors, who apparently were all assassins. Abstergo is basically the entity of it that does all the evil stuff, and you're usually like the good guy, kind of. So this actually has a modern day story of Lila trying to basically become an assassin and learn about her ancestors. So it's cool because in recent games, that was kind of an afterthought, where in the first bunch of games, it was kind of a main plot point, and I like that Origins brings this back. Now, Origins was released in a time where Ubisoft said they were taking a break from Assassin's Creed to kind of refresh the game, and that's exactly what they did. This game is about a 30-hour game, which is fantastic for an Assassin's Creed game, but you also get to upgrade your abilities, you get to try on different outfits, you get to ride horses. There's always the fast travel system and the synchronized system where you get to, climb up big buildings and pretty much synchronize your viewpoint with the world around you so you can see where like side quests are, certain items are, and it makes more things basically visible that you wouldn't necessarily find without synchronizing. It also enables fast travel if you synchronize on certain locations. Now, the combat in this game definitely is a big up from the previous games. It adds more of a depth to it where you can repel people with your shield. You can attach different weapons, different types of weapons, such as axes, blunt weapons, hammers, as well as your traditional swords, but you can do dual swords, and you still have your hidden blade. You can have different types of shields, different types of bow and arrows, and it makes this game very complex. Now, one thing I like about it, and another thing I don't like about it all in the same, is there is a lot of side quests within this game, so there's a lot to explore, a lot to find, but that's also the thing I didn't really like about it, because you kind of have to do the side quests. Bayek has to level up and become stronger, and as he becomes stronger, his damage meter kind of takes less damage, his health increases, and without leveling up, you can be kind of killed in one shot in certain areas on certain quests. That's why within the quests themselves, they do have a recommended level that you should be at, but you can normally go into those like 2 levels earlier and still kind of survive if you know what you're doing. Now, I found myself wanting to just do main quest after main quest after main quest, but you won't be leveled up enough when you just kind of keep going through them, and you won't be able to assassinate people fully. They'll only take certain damage, and then if they come back and hit you, you're dead. So you have to do the side quests, but the side quests aren't really annoying in that essence. They're very entertaining. There's a lot of voiceover in this game, and just the atmosphere is beautiful. I'm looking forward to playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey coming down the line, and I think Origins does a great job in recreating the Assassin's Creed story, and at the same time does a great job in just engulfing you in this world that you can only imagine ancient Egypt would have been like. It kind of brings back a lot of what made Assassins 2 great, but didn't try ideas that kind of made 3 and 4 stale. There's ship combat in here, and I know that was a big thing for people who were fans of Assassin's Creed 4. I was never really a big fan of it, but luckily enough, the ship combat isn't really a big plot point. Like, you do have ship missions, but there's not a lot of them, so it doesn't make it feel tedious like, to me, 4 did. So overall, I think Assassin's Creed Origins does a great job to kind of bring Assassin's Creed back to what it was and what made it great. And as you can see, this was a winner of over 50 awards in E3 in, I guess, 2016 and 17. Just the world, the music, the atmosphere is great. I beat the main story. There's still a whole lot of different side quests for you to do. There's different events for you to find, and there's just miscellaneous quests at the same time. There's a lot to collect, a lot of different weapons, a lot of way to upgrade those weapons also. One of my favorite weapons in this game, actually, I forgot what it's called, but it's a sword that basically is on fire. You can light your enemies on fire with it, so it does additional damage, and I recommend anyone having that weapon, because it really does help. But those are my thoughts on Assassin's Creed Origins. A beautiful game to bring the series back to its roots, and to kind of do what the game should have been doing all along. You have a modern-day story, you have an assassin story going back to ancient Egypt, as I mentioned, and it kind of feels like a prequel to a lot of the games, which in a way, with the name Origins, it kind of is, because if you think back to the original Assassin's Creed, I think that was after Egypt time, so this game really is like the prequel to the whole series. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but those are my thoughts, guys. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, go check out Assassin's Creed Origins. I'll catch you later.